Howdy, y'all. Brett and Cindy, Tia and Living.
Couch sitting.
It's too cold for a front porch sitting.
It's a little Irish outside.
Yeah, it's only 30.
It's a little Irish.
Yeah, it can get a little cooler.
Feels a little rough in the rocking chair.
Yeah.
We haven't done one of these in quite a while.
A little bit.
What have we been doing?
Nothing. I'm quarantined. Boring.
Don't have it. Just quarantine.
The luxury of working in a school is if you get too close to someone who has it, you get to go home. Because you may get exposed to somebody else.
If they properly named it for one of the men I work with, he went on a coronation.
Yeah. And it stinks.
Yeah. He didn't stay home, but I won't say what he did and where he went, but
well,
he had a big time.
I get to stay home. I'm tired of the four walls already. This is what, day 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a baby shower for our daughter, and someone who was positive showed up to it, and I sat a little too close to him, so being that we work in a school system, our policy is that if you're exposed, you get to quarantine. So, at least thankfully, they've cut down the quarantine days. I'm only stuck here for 10 days instead of the full 14. Unless I start showing symptoms, and then, yay! Ooh.
Let's hope not.
No, I don't think so.
I don't want to deal with the health department again.
Oh, no.
Over and over and over and over.
They call a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you don't have to. Now, you're an essential worker.
Essential worker.
Something about, I don't know how driving a school bus thing makes you an essential worker. And working with a student doesn't.
Trying to find somebody to drive that thing. You can't drive them.
If I was positive, he'd have to stay home. But because I was the one who is exposed and not him, I get to stay home and he gets to go to work.
I'm fairly sure if you drive a school bus, you should be considered partially insane.
Yeah.
Especially after many years.
You've been at it for what? This will be 12?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It all runs together now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've watched kids grow up.
Dude, I'm working with kids who I taught their parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling old.
Makes you feel that way.
So does hot flashes.
Oh yeah. Well, we've had several bouts with your conversion, or what was the longer version of conversion?
Dysfunctional neurologic symptom disorder.
We've had a few
yeah, fancy wording.
Had a few rounds with a doctor.
But I have found a way to get my talkative 6th graders to stop talking. Throw my phone. Yep. It's talking to the doctor.
That's a saying there to break your phone now.
Oh, I didn't break my phone. I just throwed it down on a stack of paper.
You scared all them teenagers to death. They thought you broke a cell phone.
And that's probably they were sitting there going...
They all gasped when they heard it hit.
And I'm sitting there because they say that I was distracted because I had to answer a phone call from the doctor. And
for teenagers though to have a cell phone in their hand.
They were supposed to be working. They wasn't supposed to be listening to my conversation. Yeah, right. They're teenagers. They're not teenagers. They're preteens.
They're also nosy.
But yeah, when I got off the phone, I was so aggravated with the doctor. I just threw my phone down on top of the papers I was looking at and grading, and they all went stone quiet. It was hilarious. I looked at them and I said, "It's not y'all. Doctors, they're not very, yeah." And one of them just busted out laughing. They went back to talking.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what else we got?
You planted something in the trays in there. You keep me up every night with them.
I got more onions planted.
I was just getting used to the darkness in the house.
We got some fig tree cuttings. We're trying to get them to grow. Got some fig trees in the window. Of course, I had the blueberries we made a video about.
Yeah. That peanut M&M had a shell.
I still got them in. I'm still eating them apparently. I can't get rid of them. We should never eat M&M's before trying to make a video.
Yeah, that don't work too good. But I mean,
But it was good.
Oh, it was very good.
Of course, the tiller, we got a video about reworking a poor, beat up
Murray.
rental. It was a rental tiller from a hardware store. I don't know who rented it the last time or two, but
They didn't do very much good with it.
they were rough on it. I did get to till with it the other day. Before I made my video, I actually got it in the garden and got to plow a couple rows with it.
Yeah, you also put a couple of ruts in the yard too.
Yeah.
I found them in the dark.
I had a little test run before I got to the garden.
I found them in the dark.
Yeah.
I'm thankful I wear boots. I'd have turned an ankle if I hadn't had my boots on.
I didn't dig it deep. I just kind of cut the grass a little bit.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting the grass to be cut there. I come around the corner of the house and it's like, what? No, what? The tiller. The tiller.
Test runs. Yeah.
Test runs. Yep, you left runs.
Mm-hmm.
You got the tractor out.
Yeah, we plowed our third garden spot. We actually plowed a good sized one.
You got the little finger thingies and scraped through Samantha's.
Now they're
You know, she talked about letting us use that this year.
technically cultivators, but I use them like chisel plows.
I thought their fingers.
It works
You
pretty
just
good.
kind of scraped everything off.
We're going to turn what used to be her little garden into garden number 4 for us. We've got plans. I
Yeah.
won't talk about this yet. You have to stay tuned.
You got plans. I'm still sitting here thinking, how in the world are we going to do that? With 4? I was pulling my hair out with 2.5 last year.
I think so. We had basically 3 last year because we always plow Samantha's and we always till it and we
Yeah,
help
but
her
once
plant
it was
it and
planted-
you help weed it and you let her harvest from it.
Yeah. I didn't have to harvest it.
And what we got planned for garden 4, pretty much we're going to plant it this item or 2 and it's going to be there to fall. All we got to do is keep the weeds down.
I was going to say, it's a full-time job just to keep the weeds out of the garden. We can grow some killer weeds in this yard.
We grow some wonderful weeds. We have
You
a
know, I
very
never
good
did
weed
go back
patch.
and mow the yard.
No. We got leaves and grass everywhere.
You think I should mow the yard and kill all the grass and...
Come on for Christmas.
That would be an idea. You know, it's that close to Christmas.
Santa Claus might need a flat runway. Since we don't have a chimney, you know.
I he'd just come through the front door.
Yeah. No, he's going to have to use the back door. I don't... You know, I make everybody go to the back door.
That's true. That's true. We do keep the little air blocker thingy in my jog.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to aggravate and to try to come in through the front door.
There's something about that sliding screen door that just blows people's mind.
It's not supposed to go...
They're not used to this sliding thing.
They all want to...
So they all walk up and they look at the handle and they look at the door and I open the metal door up and they're still looking at it going, how do you work this?
It's called a sliding door. We need to put an arrow going, I go that way.
Yeah. It wouldn't hurt. Maybe we need to carve one out of wood to go on it.
Yeah. Slide this way.
Open.
Open.
Close.
Close. Open. Close. If I'm open, close me. I got to where I just leave it open right now because it's too cold to open the front door.
And when we moved here, a long time ago,
It's been a couple of years.
it had a little wooden fence around the front porch. It had lattice work on it and it had a gate.
Nobody knew how to use it either.
Well, the gate,
Broke.
apparently they pushed it the wrong way before we got here and they
Yeah.
kept breaking the hinges on it.
Yeah.
So when we moved in, I took drill out there and I re-drilled all the holes and I moved the hinges to the opposite side. Because the gate swung in and the door swung out and they would hit. It was hard to maneuver with both doors getting together. So I thought, why not make it swing out? Swing it out of the way. It did blow everybody's mind. Every salesman, every delivery man, every person that came to the house tried their best to push that gate in. With you standing there telling them, do not push the gate in, pull the gate, they still pushed the gate and pushed the gate and tried their best to break it off because they just couldn't manage the idea of putting it open. You know, it's like a business store. Business stores around here on these old buildings, you pull them open.
kind of
It just,
a law
it
for
didn't
the
work.
fire marshal. You're supposed to swing outward.
I took the gate off the front porch and I built a sliding screen door. Now it's just as bad. But it's a good video about the screen door.
Yeah.
We enjoy the screen door anyway because you can see so much. It's just one big long screen.
And it keeps the bugs out when you
It
want
works pretty
to
good.
cool off the house.
Now we like the, when it's warm weather, cool weather anyway. Open the screen door, open the doors, leave the screen shut, and let the air blow through. Open the windows in the springtime and the fall. It don't do much good in the summertime, of course, being in Tennessee.
It gets a little hot.
It gets a lot hot.
A little hot. And it's not a dry heat.
Very humid.
Yeah, very.
It's humid right now.
Yeah.
Every morning we get up, it's the humidity's to the top of the chart, even with cold weather. So, what else we got in the list of fun? I got a new project started. I did a video about it. A little, I'd call it an antique Sears and Roebuck drill press. We're gonna make it into something good. Yeah, I'm gonna make it into something good.
I don't know. My head keeps messing up so much I don't even know if I'm coming or going. And if I'm coming, I don't know where I'm coming to, and if I'm going, I don't know where I'm going to.
And we're still getting greens out of the garden. We got turnip greens and mustard greens and collard greens and kale and beets,
And it's so...
onions and garlic. And
That is the one thing he hasn't got me to try yet. I told him I cannot stand to go out in the yard. And I'm sorry, it looks like he cut grass and cooked it. I'm just...
it is, basically.
It's gross.
Pretty good.
It's gross looking.
We got a few turnips this year. Got a unique turnip. I planted purple top and I planted 7-top turnips. Of course, purple top being makes a big turnip for you to eat. 7-top's supposed to make greens. The 7-top that came up from last year started putting on turnips this year, and they put on huge turnips. You gotta get the shovel out and dig them up. But they're still good. They're still a soft turnip that you can eat. It just don't look like a purple top. It makes a big cone or a pyramid-like shaped turnip. But they'll be 4 or 5 inches in the ground.
They look pretty gross.
I was talking about the turnips off the...
Is that the white
7-top.
stuff?
Yeah, that's the white one that
Oh.
I've been eating.
They look like potatoes.
I've been giving the purple top and turnips away. I've been eating the white top ones. They're not supposed to grow big under a 7-top turnip green. They're supposed to make small turnips and mostly greens. It's making both. But they're a 2nd-year turnip green, so once you plant them, they just keep coming back. I've plowed, I've tilled, we've thrown all the weeds out, I've pulled them up and thrown them away, and you leave one little piece, they're coming back, which is not a bad thing. I mean, you can eat them. They're better than weeds. They feed the garden if you grind them up in it.
Yeah.
A big old plate full and cooked is good. She hasn't tried it yet.
I can't get past the green nasty slime look. No, 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 no. I'm not a rabbit. Not eating it. No.
You got to cook some turnips into the turnip greens. That way you've got the white and the green.
Think I'll pass. I do good to fix his lunch the next day when I have to scoop the... Yeah. No.
You can get you a pinch and try it.
No.
Just a little bit?
No, no. You will not convict me of trying that one. No. Not happening. No.
I know where all this was headed.
Where was it headed? Because I sure don't know.
We ain't got around to talking about Shed Wars.
The what wars?
Shed Wars. Shed Wars 21. We joined Shed Wars this year. We've already turned in our official entry. I've seen a few more friends turn in an entry, so Shed Wars is going to be big this year.
That's where we have to weigh everything, isn't it?
That's where you have to make garden tip videos and everything you grow, you weigh. And keep up with the weight on it.
Well, I guess we got to get some scales.
I want to get some good scales.
We need to get some big scales.
We ain't never really weighed what we grow. Never really worried about how much it weighed or
don't really keep up with it either.
Or measure it off, but we measured off by how much we put up, because we've got a number in our head that we won't put up.
Pretty much.
I know roughly how many quarts of the vegetables I want, how much we roughly ate from the year before. So
I am curious to how much our lovely apples weighed. It would have been nice to have known how much we got out of that.
And potatoes. I know a lot of people weigh their potatoes. I never thought about weighing them, but I mean, we grew potatoes 4 times last year, I think. I think there's 4 different plantings. He'd been interested to know how much that weighed.
Oh yeah.
And we're getting us a few tools, like the tiller repair job. That's a tool for gardening. It'd be good for shed boards, which we got 3 plots fitting to have 4. Yeah, it's gonna be I hope too the gardens is something we don't really have to work all the time. I hope it's a plant it and let it grow for a while.
I'm just tickled I don't have as big a yard to mow.
Yeah. And you don't have a garden so tight you can't walk down between rows, hopefully.
Yeah, I will believe that when I see it.
Well, the new tiller is 22-inch tines, so you're going to have to leave at least 24, 26 inches to get it down through there. Or it's going to mow down everything because it ain't much holds it back.
You didn't leave that space this year either. You will find something. And you'll be like, well, I can put this a little closer because I can get this down through here. You did that this year. I can get this a little closer. We can plant a little extra here. I just need another row here. I've got some stuff growing up. Let me space this out a little. Before I knew it, I could barely get up and down the aisles.
It's been good eating though.
Yes, but like I said, I'll believe it when I see it if you're going to leave the space in the garden.
I'll try.
That is a video that y'all will get to see. Which one of us is going to be right? Me or him? Will he leave enough space in his garden for the tiller to go down?
We shall try.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
Well, especially for the big tiller.
We'll see.
That way the little tiller might fit.
We'll see. That's a future video.
The roto hole's smaller, you know. It'll fit in places where the big one won't. Hopefully.
Yeah.
And then we got the mini mite out there. We got the weed beater one.
Yeah, and that's what we had to go down to this year just to get a little bit of help with the grit weeding. Yeah. We'll see.
We got another video we did. It's going to help a garden tool. We've got a ground temp.
Yes. Ground temp.
We've been watching it. It's kind of interesting. I didn't know the ground temperature changed so much during the day.
It's 44 today.
I've seen it up to 47. I've seen it down to 39. So it changes. The ground temperature goes up and down pretty bad.
Yeah.
Quite a bit during the day.
Depends on if the sun's shining on it or not.
The sun's shining on it, it'll go up. It went up 7 or 8 degrees the other day. For a little while.
Strange.
Now,
Are you writing it down?
I haven't started yet.
Chang.
I've been kind of watching, see what it does. Trying to figure out how I'm going to log this. When do I really need to start, because only thing I'm really watching ground temp for right now is the beets that's in the ground out there in the turnips. I don't want to lose them. If it starts getting cold, I'm going to dig them all up. But even though it's been 20 degrees outside and 16 degrees at night, the ground don't drop. Hasn't dropped freezing yet. So.
I was going to say, one day last week it was 17 when I went out to do bus duty.
It was the lowest it says on our weather station up there says 16. Which that's a video I didn't make. We never
The
did say
beacon
anything.
in the night?
We never did say anything about our new weather station.
Yeah, it's the beacon in the night.
We need to do a video over it.
It's a beacon.
It's on low. It's actually got 3 light settings.
Seriously?
Yeah, I guess you can say that's night light. And it's got one that's more like headlight, and it's got one that's more like
sunlight beaming through the house. It looks like you
Light the
leave the
whole
living room light on.
it'll light the whole house up.
It's unreal. I'm laying there at night going, I'm going to have to shut the bedroom door. I can't shut the bedroom door. We'll get cold if I shut the bedroom door. And there's this light.
I don't know if that's an airport or a lighthouse kind of light, but
it's bright.
It's bright. But
Very
it's a colored
bright.
screen. The first one we've ever had with color.
Yeah, I'm about ready to put a door on that, you know?
About ready to hang a veil over it.
Yep. And then we'll lower the veil at night. I'm not kidding. Between it and the grow light, I'm laying there going, is it morning? And if I fall asleep and then I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, it's morning. And I come through the living room and I'm like, no, it's not morning. It's the beginnings of the night. We are growing at night and we're growing, yeah.
I forget to unplug the grow lights at night. They just get a really long day.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
The other morning I woke up, it was 1 o'clock in the morning and it looked like it was 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun coming up through the window.
Our new onions just think they're in Alaska. They're getting six weeks of daylight, 6 weeks of dark.
Yeah.
Mostly daylight.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Another video we got to do about growing onions. We need to do that for a shed wars, don't we? We got to make 12 shed war videos.
Then you better save it for a shed war.
We might have to store a few videos back, huh? Shed wars don't start to March, so.
Well, I guess you may have to store some because we'll have the onions in the ground by then.
We do a lot of work between now and March. We'll have a whole lot of plantings, a whole lot of seeds planting, a whole lot of planting outside by 1st of March.
Yeah, and I thought I was getting to take December off.
You have.
Not from you planting. Well, we can play this over there, this over there. We're planting.
You can't put no seeds in the ground or seeds in trays yet, which we're going to start this weekend. You had a couple weeks.
The life. I knew I wasn't a farmer for a reason.
No, you never make it as a farmer.
No. No.
You get upset over gardening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Homestead.
Yeah. Yeah. Every once in a while, I just want to be lazy. You can't be lazy. Not allowed to be lazy.
You don't eat as well if you're lazy.
True. True, true.
Not unless you got money and you buy it.
True. And the store actually has it.
Oh yeah. If you had a store that was stocked,
you know,
let me say this nicely. If we had a store that actually had stock on the shelves and not sitting in boxes.
the other day it wasn't stocked for a reason. The cooler, their truck was stuck in Atlanta. I don't know what it was stuck from, but it was stuck in Atlanta. They got an emergency shipment. They ought to, because the coolers was very, very bare. They got a little bit fuller now. But it's funny. I mean, it is what it is.
Yep.
But it is. It's a lot more work than I ever thought it would be. And it doesn't help that
You just joined in, so.
the mind doesn't fire as well as it did. And the hard part is when you say stuff like, "We remember when we did this," and it's hard because I have to sit here and go, "No."
To catch some people up that don't watch the video, you just started gardening in 2020. Really jumping in and gardening. You've been a portion of it over the years, but you decided to go neck deep this time. You want to be out there for the whole thing, so.
It's one of the reasons we started all those videos, so we could remember what we did. Because I honestly can't remember half of what we put in the garden this year. That's sad. That wasn't that long ago. But hey.
You got videos. We got lots of videos.
Yeah. That's one of the part about this condition or whatever whatever's causing my head to malfunction is the forgetful, not being able to remember stuff.
I don't know what goes by at this time of night with the dog. He's doing his annual barking. He's every day barking.
Every night at the same time.
Something goes by out here. Something walks through. I don't know if there's somebody on a bicycle. It's quiet, whatever it is, and I don't never catch it, but it drives the dogs crazy in the neighborhood.
Yep. Every night.
Now it could be. It's possible. There's a deer out here walking around too. Even though we live in town, it's very possible there could be a deer in the yard.
I found deer droppings in the yard.
I've seen them. I've seen one standing in the yard, but even though we're not real close to a wooded area, it's just small patches here and there and being in town. But
yep, it's time for Bongo's barking.
yep, he got barked.
I knew. I guess I ought to make a video sometime or another about the memory loss stuff.
You gotta get them caught up on what's been going on.
That's the hard part. When somebody says, "Well, don't you remember?" Sometimes you fake it and you say, "Yeah, well, sure. I have no idea what you're talking about, but yeah." That's why we started making videos so me and Brett could remember what we did from year to year. And
we're hoping it will be there for our children if they ever decide to grow their own food, not spend time doing other things.
You know, trying to make a video archive, I guess, of what he knows. I don't know much. I helped, but I never really did a lot of gardening until this year. And that's why you'll hear me ask several times the same questions. It's because I won't remember what he said. But that makes good teaching videos.
Yeah. 2020 has been a good year. We've had a good garden. We put up lots of food. And though we didn't make videos about every bit of it, which I guess shade boards we're going to do a little more of. We're probably not going to weigh everything on a video. We'll weigh stuff out and make videos of it, but it probably won't be. We won't bore everybody with how much each little part we take out. We'll just write it down somewhere.
We'll just video and have to make a what do you call that? A video, blog, vlog, collage thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Did run through a whole bunch of them at one time. Let's make it a fast video.
Yeah, with a bunch of pictures.
Oh, there's one other thing.
What is it?
We're staying between 495 and 500 on the subscribers. I'd like to hit 500.
Oh, be nice.
So if you know anybody that would like our channel or think they might like our channel, let them know we're out there. Get people subscribed. Help us get to 500. I know 500 ain't nothing big, but it's a goal for me.
Yep. It's our next goal.
I hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah.
Everybody take care. Have a good rest of the week.
Have a great night.